Nicole, your spirit is really talking to me all through the heart chakra, solar plexus chakra, and sacral chakra. Do you have a question or you need some clarity on the relationship you have with yourself or the relationship you have with somebody? Or are you worried about somebody? Your whole sacral energy is just flowing out of you. Like, are you here for you or are you here to ask about somebody else? Because your soul is just really focused on the most nurturing chakras:
Hmm.
relationship, love, and self.
Oh, probably self,
Yeah, and that's okay.
unfortunately.
No,
Um,
that's wonderful. What is your question today, or why did you want to connect?
um, my question, I guess, um, is kind of focused. I made a change in my career path, and I'm struggling to find anything like financially stable in that. And then I have other ideas too that are more creative. So I just don't know which direction to pursue. I feel like I'm getting pulled in a lot of different ways creatively, but also struggling to find um, some stability in another um, form of my career that I'm trying to pursue. I don't know if that's
Okay,
even
so just tell me this.
clear.
What are you trying to pursue? What's the name of that
Um,
career, and what is the
audio,
name of the...
basically audio,
Okay,
audio with music.
okay.
I'm just finding my age to be somewhat detrimental, but
Hmm.
um, yeah. So that's where I'm struggling a little bit to find some stable work. I freelance right
So,
now, but
okay, so um, you are currently working,
mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah,
Okay, and you
sporadically.
have the career in audio and music.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes,
then you're still working on that, but you're also having this creativity happen that doesn't involve audio and music. It's kind of something else. And you're
correct.
wondering about that. Well,
Yes.
I want to tell you that the way that your spirit was speaking to me and calling my attention, she began connection in the sacral chakra, relationship, brought it up through the heart, the solar plexus, defines me, self definition, heart chakra is carries all our first impressions, our brilliant ideas, our impact moments are kind of all carried in our heart. So just based on the way your spirit connected with me, there was no root energy connection. The connection was sacral, solar, and heart. That's where your spirit was dancing around. That tells me I shouldn't be worried right now about the root energy: career, sex, play, work, exercise, food, and money. That's what we're doing at the root chakra, right? Your
Right.
spirit intentionally left out money, career, intentionally left it out. Spoke to me about passion and impact, a self definition, a relationship with myself, something I'm trying to enhance, but wasn't looking at the root chakra. So that tells me that whatever that creative flair is that is outside of, what your career is, you have to do it. Like,
Okay.
you have to do it because since your own spirit was like, I'm not worried about the money. When I'm talking about this passion, when I am talking about this creativity, be in a relationship with me, let's do it because we love it. That's why we're going to do it. Doesn't matter what other people think. It doesn't matter what other people tell me I should pay attention to. It doesn't matter what the end result is. If I get money, if I don't get money, this is a passion. Passions are callings. So what you're actually, according to your spirit, what we're actually talking about is a calling. It's something that your soul is prompted to and wanting to be in a relationship with you about that calling. The earth result is irrelevant, actually, right? The earth result is
Right.
irrelevant. It's really about creating that connection with you and yourself. So here's what I see. I do see you continuing in your career in the vision that I get from your spirit, but simultaneously, you're doing this other thing. And
Mhm.
there is, and you're going to be doing it. I don't know what it is, but it looks like it has the potential to be lucrative when you are doing it for your passion and not for the root. Now, what that tells me is that your spirit does not want you to depend on the money or the result of that as financial stability, because then you will lose the feeling of the passion. So we're leaving the root out, which
Okay.
means for right now, you have to have a root job. You need a job, you need to pay your bills, you need money. So stick with your career. If you want to
Right.
branch out in your career, awesome, but you need the money. So do it. One of the things that you'll notice with the passion, and this is where, do you have a grandma that spoke a different language?
Um, by
There is a
speaking a
lady
different
behind
language.
you that looks like on your mother's side of the family that is one or two generations up. So it's either grandma or great grandma, but there is a different language, and she really likes my rosary.
Oh my gosh, this happened before with us.
It did? Who was she? Who is she? She's your
With
mom's
my
grandma?
maternal, my mother. That's my maternal grandmother.
Okay,
Who
grandma on mom's side.
on mom's side, who actually spoke a different language, but it was sign language.
Perfect. That's fine. That's in spirit. That is another language, right?
Right,
So, and
right. Well, that's what I
on
think of.
earth,
Like, but
yeah,
as soon
that
as you
is.
said rosary, that came up in a session. I think we had like years and years and years ago,
Really?
and
Okay, then I
she
must have.
focused on that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I told you she was your principal spirit guide.
Yes, I believe so at that
That's the
time.
lady here. So, okay, so she is here as a principal spirit guide, and she is acknowledging, she is kind of like coming into when I'm talking to your spirit, like my spirit and your spirit are talking. And then your grandma comes in and kind of interrupts our conversation. So she kind of joins our conversation. And she's like, oh, but it's like this. And then pretty soon it's going to be like this, which means that for a little while, your career is going to be where you're earning your money. And this is your passion over here. But after a while, your passion has that potential to turn lucrative to where it could support you. So then there's a flip. And it's kind of like, oh, I'm doing my passion, doing my passion. I have to go to work Monday through Friday. Uh-oh, my passion is keeping me so busy and I'm earning enough money. I think I'm going to have to leave my job so I can do this, right? Because people never, ever buy what you sell. They buy the reason you sell it. So if you are selling it because you need to pay your mortgage, you're not going to sell. But if you're selling it because you freaking love it and you want everybody to have it and everybody to know about it, that's where people become invested and then they want to feel that way. So then they
Yeah.
purchase what you sell. But the minute you use root energy to and you attach root energy to your passion, you will lose your passion and it won't work, because
That
your
makes
passion is from your soul. It's from the
yeah.
essence of your person. It's from your soul. Your soul is like, do that. And you're like, great, I'll do that. But I also got to pay my bills. So I'm going to have to get a second job. You know what I mean? So that's really where your soul is guiding you. And that's really where your grandma is guiding you. You might be looking at a 1 to 3 year turnaround, but I need to add 2 more years onto that because you won't feel comfortable with it until
Right.
it's proven to you. You're not one to say, oh, this last past year, I've been doing great on my passion and earning a lot of money. So I think I can leave my job. You won't even trust that for a couple years. So even as it's kind of working well, it might take you a little longer to actually trust that flow. Is that true about you? You like to be
Yes,
100% sure?
one
Okay.
one hundred percent.
Yeah. Yeah, your grandma is really acknowledging that. So I do just want to throw a couple cards on that also, just to see, sometimes you guys, when I'm talking to spirit, the information is coming from your soul, so it's a soul kind of information. But when we do the cards, it's like your soul is telling me about your earth experience, so it kind of gives us a little bit more clarity on both sides for that. So I'm just going to throw a few. Yeah. So what I'm looking at is creativity. You have about, I don't know how this gets broken down, but you have already began some of this passion. Like you're already kind of doing it. Is that
Yes,
true? Because in the
yes,
cards, it looks like you're already building this and have been working on this, and this looks
yes,
really positive. So you have like, I would say, like, when you're building a piece of furniture, like you lay it out, all of it on the floor before you start nailing it together, but you have all the pieces and you're checking to make sure you have all the pieces before you put it together. You are there,
right,
right? You're there.
right.
You're just ready to put it together. Now, once you put it together, everything from there, that's when you start sharing. So you're just about there and you're doing it anyway. So this information should feel more like a confirmation than me giving you any information you haven't already thought about,
Okay.
right?
Just
So the
that
things we're talking,
validation.
yeah, it should be like feel like validating, like, oh yeah, I thought that. Oh yeah, I figured that. Oh yeah, that's totally true. Oh yeah, that's what I kind of thought. It should kind of feel like that because your spirit is feeling like telling me like a lot of this information is things that you've kind of already tossed around.
Yeah, that makes sense. And
Yeah.
part of that passion project actually involves my grandmother. So there's that kind of weird connection there too.
Oh,
So
she's connected to that?
yeah.
Oh my gosh. Then of course, okay, that even makes more sense. I love that she showed up for that. Then that's perfect. That's perfect. Um, very good. Okay. And Nicole, is someone helping you with the business?
No,
You have
not
a
really.
partner?
No.
Okay.
No, not really.
Not really, or no?
Not it. Not
Because
it.
one of the things that I'm seeing in the cards is that there might be a little partner that's coming along or is part of this scenario to help it
It
get going or to kind of move it along and be part of it.
could be my sister, but I mean, as of this moment, there's like nothing,
Okay.
nothing.
Well, there's a possibility that that can happen probably 3 or 5 months down the line. I'm gonna say months because I'm pretty sure that that's months.